Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we will continue with our Autodesk Revit class. Inshallah, today we will be looking at the outside of a building. Today we will be looking into the external components of Revit, so that you can incorporate those into your work. I've started a new file for this. There's no buildings in this file, just so that I don't make the computer lagging that it already is. So you can incorporate this with your building, no problem. Before we start, we want to change our view to site. You can see over here. So that is the condition of the site itself, meaning including all the what you call laman, this semua tu lah. So it's not just the building itself. From there, the first thing that you need to note, a lot of the commands will come from this tab, massing and site. So these are the commands that are related. When we start our project, obviously we would have a site, and a site is determined by its boundary. So you might want to determine the boundary of your site. So to do that, we go to this property line. Okay, so you click this property line, we will define the boundary. There are two ways for you to do this. If you have the survey data, you can put in the bearing and distances. For those who are familiar with survey work, so these are the information that you can get from the people at the field doing survey. Or for today, we can just create by sketching. So create by sketching. And then the drawing tool will come out as usual. You can start drawing your boundary. So I'm going to pick a simple design. That's the boundary. Click edit mode, and then you can move it. So that is the boundary. This boundary is just an imaginary line of the site. So it does not impact anything physically. From there, when we have boundary, barulah kita boleh mula melukis our gates and fences. And biasanya bila ada sempadan tu, the first thing that people would put is the fence and the gates. Sebab tu tanah dia kan. So to draw this, I'm not really sure if you have fences or gates in your library. Biasanya tak ada. You have to download it online. To do that, I usually go to Revit City, and then you might want to search for fence. We have a lot of types of fences, so you can choose. We even have our typical chain link fence. It's just that some of the fences with the simpler design allows us to stretch the fence ikut panjang mana yang kita nak. Some of the more elaborate design does not allow that. Kita kena susun dia one by one. I have this brick fence that caught my eye. I already downloaded it, I think. But if you haven't, you can download it first. That's the brick fence. Yeah, very nice looking fence. It's been set here. You can set the length of fence, material, and height. It is a bit flexible in its design. So when you download it, you open it up, the brick fence, double click lah the file that it has downloaded. That is the fence. You load into project and close. Yeah, just put that and rotate. Okay, so that is the fence. We can have a three-dimensional view. Okay, so that's the fence on the side. As you can see in 3D view, you cannot see the boundary line. Kan? Let's say it's an imaginary line. So if you want to see it, you have to go to site. Level 1 pun boleh nampak, but it's better to go to site. Okay, so choose that. We can move it, host level 1, offset. Column height, fence width, height of the ni. So these are all adjustable. What's the length of this 15 meters. So highlight that. Length of the what? The middle of fence. Full length 8 meters. No, that won't be enough. 15 meters. Okay, please don't crash. Oh, okay. Cantik lah tu. Cuma dia tak sampai ujung ni kan. Ni kena adjust sikit lah. Kan? That's the very beautiful. Oh, cantik. To adjust the length, height, and all this of the fence, it requires a bit of computer processing power because it has to calculate all the metal rods, how many break columns, and those kind of things. Okay, so the computer has to calculate that. And there's also another type of fence that I like, that is the iron fence. So you can, where is it? Look it up on Revit. Revit. On Revit City. You can search for this one, iron fence. This iron fence is, you can download it. The way we, elongate the fence can be a bit different. So you download it, and then once you have downloaded, you just double click on the file, choose to upgrade, because this is a 2010 component. So I need to upgrade to my 2017 version of Revit. Okay, so that's the iron gate. Load into project and close. All right, let's find a place to put it. Over here. Okay, there is one. If you see this iron fence, you can see that there's an arrow at the end. I zoom out, yeah. There's an arrow here and here. So that indicates that you can elongate this by using the arrows. If you want to use these numbers here, you can. I'm not sure what language this is. I think it sounds like German. But we can boleh agak lah kot. You can pull this and make it longer. But I'm not going to do it because it takes, as I said, processing power of the computer. But you get the idea. It's just that kadang dia overlap this boundary line. Nanti kita buat topo surface, dia line tu akan overlap one over the other. So if you want to choose, katakan you klik sini, dia kita bila klik, look at the property. This is property line 1, meaning that that is the boundary, the first boundary. So kalau you nak pilih benda lain, katakan you want to choose the fence, but nampaknya fence tu tak nak highlight kan, use the tab button. Always remember, mouse over whichever part that you want, put the mouse over it, and then you press tab. You can choose which part that you want to highlight. The same goes with the building. Kadang-kadang there are a lot of elements very close to each other. They overlap and those kind of things. Remember to mouse over and use the tab button. That is our gate. But we also have, yes, that's the fence, sorry. We have also gates. You can download the gates from Revit City. Here we have a lot of type of gates for you to choose from. Gate Sparrow, chain link gate pun ada, kan? But there's not much here. So let's say I choose this iron gate since I already used the iron fence. So you can download it. I've downloaded earlier. So double click it, upgrade, and that's the gate. Load project and close. That's the gate. I just gonna put it here for a moment to side view better. That's the gate. Wrong orientation. Change the orientation. It snaps. It's quite interesting. Depend on you where you want to put it. You can put it at the exterior face or at the center line. It depends. For me, I prefer it to be center line, but ataupun in line with the boundary. So go to 3D view. Okay, so that's the fence, iron fence and the iron gate. If you want to have, the same component in your drawing, you don't have to click to look for it. Okay? You can just copy the component. Just click here, copy, Control C, and then paste, Control V, and then you can, put it wherever it needs to be. And that's your new component. All this over here. Okay, so the computer is calculating. All right. So 3D. So that's the gate. Obviously, you have to do all over the perimeter. So there is something that you can do. I'm just doing a demo here. Next, we can determine the surface of the site. You can see here on this side, there's nothing. It's empty. We can determine the surface. Again, to do this, we go to meshing and site. Command that we're going to use is topo surface. This topo surface can be used to prepare surfaces of the site. You can create hills, even lakes and rivers in Revit if you're really that good. But for our beginning stage, we are just going to deal with flatlands. Just for something for you to know that we can do contours if you are familiar with that word. You can just survey the contour line. We can do that using topo surface. Now, to draw this, it is not like our typical, drawing of buildings, ada garisan, ada bulatan dan sebagainya. We are going to use points. Dia ada titik dia. So you just plot it where we need it. Kita tanda lah, in this case, the side is like rectangular. So we just plot at dia punya perpenjuru ni. 1, 2, 3. Come on, this is quite good. You have to make sure that your lines are correct. Then click finish. You can't really see it yet, but you have to highlight it. Again, you want to highlight the right thing. This is property line. Use tab. Okay, you can see property topography. Topography 1. Meaning that this is the surface of the site. If you see here material, you can change the material. Okay, in this case, there's none. What should the surface of this site be? I'm going to put some grass on it. So you can search for grass in your material browser if you have any. There's none in my material browser. I have to import it from somewhere. There are a number of ways. I'm going to show you 2 ways. First, you can make your own grass. Katakan if there's none, then I'll make my own grass. So you click this button, creates and duplicate material. Click here and then command create new material. So you can see here it's written default new material. We're going to change that later on. For now, just leave it be. In terms of appearance, what color do you want to use when you use what they call it, shading viewer? Okay, takkan grass warna kelabu kot. So ambil lah warna yang representative. Let's say I take a bit of, that's not real green. Okay, green like that. Okay. That is just for shading, not the actual grass. If you can see, there's image here. You can use image, okay, as a grass. So of course you have to look for images of grass. That's not very difficult. You can Google it up, search grass. You can see a lot of types of grass here. Search kat Google image je kan. And then you want to pick up the grass or the finishes that is looking at it straight from the top, 90 degrees from the top. Because your side view is looking it from the top kan. Yang pandangan tepi-tepi macam ni semua tak boleh guna. Kita tengok yang atas, yang pandangan atas saja. So there's a number of them that is quite good here. Okay, and pick. So let's say you are happy with this, save it. Save it anywhere lah. Dan katakan once you're done saving it, we're going to look for it. So at this image, you can see this drop down button. You can click image and look for that file. Where did you put it? Yeah. Okay. So that's the image of the grass that we have chosen. You can change the fade, the glossiness, semua ni property ni boleh ubah lah. I'm not going to get myself into that. And then you can see the preview of the material I've chosen. And then we go to graphics. In terms of shading, of course, we want to use the render appearance because it will be the same with this. So use the same. Yang ini, I'm not gonna deal with that. Identity, we can rename it, give it like grass, custom grass. Click apply, click OK. You can see the property here, grass, the material is grass custom. Tak nampak pun. Of course lah. This is wire hidden line. Hidden line punya view. Kalau kita ambil shaded view, you're going to see it. Same here. Click shaded. Okay. That is the face. However, this is just the shaded version. Kalau you go even more detail, just want to preview, you can choose ray tracing, ray trace. Because this need a bit of computing power, so give it some time. So it's processing. You can see that. Don't ask me why the bricks are vertical. I'm not really sure. Ini adalah silap orientation ni mana-mana masa dia design. But you can see the grass that you have chosen here. So it looks very, very nice. But you can still see the, the squares. Maksudnya petak-petak tu of the grass. Kalau kita zoom out especially, kan, you can see the repetition of the image. This depends on the image that you have chosen. Okay. There's another way you can do this with even better results. Because yang kaedah ni is just taking your image and it just repeat the image over the entire area. Itu yang kita boleh nampak dia punya. You can see that that's the grass I've chosen, but if we zoom out, boleh nampak petak-petak. Because it's just a repeated image. If we even change it to an obvious type of image, I'm just going to test it with other types of let's give it this a try. Okay, dia punya shading warna kuning. You can even put it with whatever type of image that you want. So we go to material, grass, custom. Ini yang tadi kita punya custom grass yang dah jadi smiley. Another way is by using this asset browser. So you click this asset browser, you can see all these folders here. If your asset browser is empty, it's because it's empty. You do not have these files. So because you did not make a full installation code. If you don't have it, maybe you can download it from the internet, okay, for this asset browser folders. What I'm looking here is for grass. There's a couple of types of grass here that we can choose. So let's say I want this. If you select this, click this button, it will put this grass into your material browser. So click here. Close. So you can see here, it's already put in an image for a grass. You don't have to look it online. Yeah. It's render appearance. Okay, fine. Click apply. Okay. You can see the shading color has changed. And if we go for ray tracing, so even here you can still see the the squares of the image. Okay, so this is the basis for your lawn. Next, we will move on into the features that are available for these external works. One favorite feature of this part of Revit is creating pools, swimming pools. Now, there's a number of ways to approach this. You can either draw your own pool, or you can download an already made pool and put it into your drawing. So if you want to have one that's already been prepared for you, you can look it up in Revit City. And there's a lot of types of pools and their equipments here. You can just pick them up. But sometimes those pools are not really what you want. Maybe it's too big or the design is not suitable. So let's pick one. I already download this and then upgrade model. Now, in order to create a pool, you cannot simply just, download a pool and just put it onto the ground. Let's see what we have here. We have a really large swimming, or not this kind of pool. Rectangular pool. Okay, let's try this. Okay, downloaded it. Upgrade. Okay, there is one big pool. So if I just put it like that, and really you can see that there's grass in the pool. So you cannot just paste it like that. There are things to do. Okay. In terms of this one, this is a pre-prepared pool for you. Highlight the pool and to see the depth. Because under this pool, you should build the building pad first. You should have the building pad, and then the pool would rest on top of that building pad. Because what building pad does, it will push the grass underground. Okay, so you don't have grass in your pool. But how deep you need to push the building pad depends on the depth of this pool. We want to find out how deep do we have to build this building pad. So that's the ground level, and the bottommost part, 2.3 meters. So 2.3 meters. The platform level for the pool is 2.3 meters. What we want to do is go to the side. And then this is annoying. Change this to the one. Okay, we want to trace the entire perimeter of the pool, including this side of the pool. So go to massing and side, and then click building pad. And we will start drawing this pad. So in this case, it's square, so I can use the square command. All the way here. You can see here height offset 2300. Yeah, that worked. So my units was in mm. Okay, you can see there. I could have just take the inside here for the for the pad, but I want to be safe. I don't want to have grass along the perimeter of my pool. So I just take them all. Once I have put the pad over here. Of course, you can see the bearing pad. Shade it. Okay, you don't have any more grasses in your pool. So let's have a check, see, using ray tracing. Sometimes the pools come already with the water, so we have to check. So this one already comes with the water. So no need to put in water some more. So that is your pre-made pool. Now, what about if you can't find the right design of a pool that you want? Then you have to make your own pool. So let's delete this and the pad, building pad. You can see that the ground has already gone up without the building pad. It's already level. If you want to make your own pool, again, a square pool. I'm going to try to replicate the earlier pool. Building pad, square pool, 8 meters would be nice. That's 8. It's a very big pool. That is the building pad. And then height offset, I'll take the same negative 2300. Finish. You see how the building pad pushes the grass downwards. So it creates a void. So if you don't have that building pad, you will have grass in your pool. All right, so we have the pool here. Obviously, we can't have the pool without the wall. We already have the floor. Okay, the building pad itself is the floor. So we need to build the wall. So go to architecture, wall, architectural wall. This is 200 mm wall. Okay, fine. Location line. So you might want to change the location line because if you draw it like this, you're just going to draw into the soil. Okay? Half of the wall will be inside the soil. So this is when this is quite useful. You take the line will represent the exterior finish face. So click this. And then what else? Base constraint level 1. Base offset is negative. It's the same as the floor, I think. 300. I wonder what's the thickness of the building pad. You can change that later. Top constraint unconnected height. Wow, it will be 8 meters. It will be like 2.3 meters too. Don't worry, we can change this later. All right, so we can start drawing. So you see when we choose finish face exterior, the line will represent the exterior face of the wall. So we are building into the void. One. All right, so that is our wall. Let's see. It's in just fine. Wow, that is very nice. Kidding? No. So that's the wall and the floor. Of course, in terms of design and colors, you can always put it in later. Next, you can see that this pool is quite empty. There's no water in here. So next, we're going to put in some water. Now the process is literally the same as the previous method when we're putting the grass. So instead of putting grass, we are putting in water. That's all. So go to meshing and site, topo surface. So we will draw the boundary. You start here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. In terms of material, now this is the tricky part. Finish. And then we select it somehow. Okay, that's the full. Okay, and then change the material. We're gonna be looking for water because I think I've put it in here from the asset browser. So if you can't find it, you can try to find it in asset browser. Load it up here into your material browser. Okay, the asset browser usually there's a lot of material in there, and it's not practical for all of those material to be loaded up into this project. Okay, it will be very heavy, or the project the size will be very large. So that's why we have the asset browser, so that we can just pick which material that we want and then put it into our project. So material browser ni mana material yang kita gunakan saja. I have this water. Okay, I will use render appearance. Fine. Name dah betul lah, water. Type of water. Swimming pool. Generic reflecting. Reflecting. Kalau ada banyak pokok-pokok apa semua boleh nampak bayang pokok kat air kolam tu. Right, so let's say we take swimming pool, click OK. You can see the topography change to water. To retrace. That's the water of the pool. And of course, this is still not done. There's a lot more features of a pool. Okay, so you can just improve it slowly. Like there must be some sort of walkway for people to walk around the pool. Okay, people don't walk on the grass at the side of the pool. So you can use the building pad. Okay, you can use that. Building pad. Let's say you want to have it this large. One. And then the cutoff. Okay, we don't want to have concrete inside the pool. Offset. Oh, tak nak lah offset. 0 lah. Then click finish. See how that work out. It seems the wall of the of this has penetrated the floor, so we have to push it downwards a bit, maybe this, and about 305 mm. Let's say 300 lah. Oh, we can use the arrow to lower that wall. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, obviously there will always be adjustments that need to be made. All right, so you have your walkway. And yeah, the color is not that nice. It's like cement gray. So you can change it. I'm going to show you how to put in paint. This one? Yeah. So that's the pad. So click edit type. However, you have to be very careful because this one also is pad number 1. See, this is pad number 1, the bottom one. The top one is also pad number 1. So if you change the color of pad number 1 at the top, pad number 1 at the bottom will also follow the same color. You see? So if we want them to have different colors, you have to duplicate and give it another name. Let's see if we can do that. Edit type. Yeah, you see? Pad 1. So let's say we want to have different finishes, right? So you duplicate this. Yeah, give it like pad number 2. All right. So if now it's changed to pad number 2. So any changes in terms of finishes or material, whatever you made to pad number 2, it will not reflect on pad number 1. Okay, because it's different. So now we are pad number 2. Change the structure. Okay. Click edit. You can see that it only has one layer of structure. 305 mm of maybe concrete lah. Good. So to add a layer of finishes, you click insert. So now it has put it below the wrap. Maksudnya this finishes is below the concrete. We do not want that. And we want it to be above. So just press up, okay, until it's at the top. Thickness. What's the typical layer of typical thickness of paint? Say 1 mm. So this one by category, let's change it into timber. All right, look it in asset browser. Timber or tiles, tile would be okay. Clay tile, macam-macam tile ada kat sini. I'm gonna give this a try. Let's say we choose this one and the appearance, name, apply. Other things that you can put into your exterior of your drawings are maybe some trees, okay, and plants or shrubbery. And those you can download directly from Revit City. And then sometimes you might want to create a walkway or a path from your gate to your house. So for that, there's a number of ways of approaching it. You can use that building pad we used earlier, or you can just use a plain old floor. You create a floor from the gate to the entrance of your house. That is usually for like parking lot. Mesti ada driveway kan. Kalau bukan driveway, walkway. Walkway dia kecil sikit untuk apa? Laluan pejalan kaki kan. So I guess that's it for today. Please consider some of this into your drawing.